G'day, folks. Today, Cabin Life in Newfoundland, we've got a storm coming. They're anticipating 50 centimeters of snow, up to 50 centimeters of snow. May get here, may not, but we're definitely getting snow starting this evening into Monday and then finishing up Tuesday. So it is time to do some maintenance on the tractor. We've got 191 hours on that. Generally, we do maintenance every 10 hours, greasing all the joints and whatnot on the front loader and the tractor itself. Not many on the tractor, but there are quite a few on each side of the loader for the tractor. And then the backhoe is not connected right now, and the backhoe has a bunch as well, but we won't bother with the backhoe today since it's sitting outside and hasn't been used since the fall. So this is what I do for tractor maintenance every 10 hours. I'll also fill up the fuel tank. It's getting low and I don't want to have to do it in the storm tomorrow. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. While you're here, why don't you leave me a comment? And don't forget to subscribe and like. It sure does help the channel out. Thanks again. There's a storm brewing. It's on in the way. So, grease maintenance on the tractor. Would not do grease maintenance on tractor without a electronic grease gun. Makes the work so much easier. On as well, you need some rags. And on the grease gun itself, it actually has a lock and lube fitting. So what this does, this locks onto the tip of the grease nipple or grease zerk, whichever you may call it. Locks on, won't pop off, makes things easier. Now, I will say that if there is a grease zerk that will not take grease, this is a handy dandy tool. You put a little bit of penetrating oil in the top, connect this to your grease zerk that won't take it, tap, tap, tap with a hammer every now and then, and this frees up that sticky grease zerk and allows you to put grease back into it. Hopefully we don't need it today, but if we do, I will definitely show you how it works. So there's a grease nipple that's not taking any grease. And another. So we get 2 down here. It won't take any grease. So we'll get this cleaned up. Get the grease buster out. And we'll free that up and I'll show you how that works. So, grease buster, you pull this plunger out. Get some 3-in-1 oil or some sort of penetrating oil that you may have. And put a little bit in. Things are a little cold out here in the garage. Don't have any heat yet. It's coming. Plunger back in. Learned the trick. You gotta put the plunger back in. You want to put it over a garbage can or something, because it will squirt out the other side and it will make a mess. So we'll re-clean this grease zerk out that won't take any grease. Just try to minimize mess. Clean this one out too. I'll get the grease buster, put it on there. Couple little taps. That may have worked. All right, see if that did the trick. Sometimes you may need to do it a couple times, but you know, so it's all locked on. Nope. As you can see, the grease zerk is fighting back and winning. Usually happens that way with me. But that's okay. We'll just clean it out a little bit again. Because it is locked on. The grease gun does lock onto that nipple. But I keep calling them nipples, and I don't know why. The proper term is zerks. I guess that's just my mind. So let's try this again, shall we? So we're locked on. No. No, we might have to come back to this one. It just doesn't want to accept that. So we'll come back to that one. In the meantime, we'll get this one right here. Locked on, yep. And it's taking grease. Sometimes it takes a little bit, sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot. So I'll get everything down here. Let's move up, shall we? No, sir. It's a messy job, that's for sure. I don't know how to keep it any cleaner, to be honest with you. But if you have any ideas, please let me know. I'm open to learning. Okay, so that one actually started putting the oil through the fittings and started leaking at the bottom. So I think we've got that one fixed. Let's have a little look. Lock it on. And we have grease flowing through. It is just that easy when it works. And it usually does work. I'm not sure why that down there is a problem. I'll have to work at that a little more, I guess. So there's a grease nipple that's not taking any grease. And another. So we get two down here. It won't take any grease. So we'll get this cleaned up. Get the grease buster out. And we'll free that up and I'll show you how that works. Nope. Another sticky one. Another sticky one. That's okay. That's why we have the tool. Now, where'd I put my hammer? Those are famous words around here. Tina, where did I put this? Tina, where did I put that? And Tina's not even here that I can blame her. I found my hammer. Not that I would blame Tina for taking my tools. There it goes. Nope. Huh. I broke the grease circ off inside. So, looks like I'm replacing a grease circ as well today. Thought it was going. But I was wrong. Son of a gun. Okay. So I got a grease zerk to replace as well. Just my luck. I'll come back to that. I'll finish what I'm doing. So we have spare grease zerk, 10mm socket. Trick is getting it on there and getting it off. You gotta work it a little bit because of all the grit and whatnot that's in there. Even though we did try to clean it off. I feel like it's grabbing, but see if we can get this cleaned out a little better. See what we're up against. I'm not sure 10mm is going to fit on there. I'm going to guess it needs to be a little bigger. Yes, sir. It's not an 11. 10's too small. 11's too big. 7/16. 3/8 is too small. Looks like it's a 7/16. And the 10, put it back in. So I can grab it. Where did that go? Oh, there. All right. 10mm it is to go back in on the replacement. It's just sizes. problem. There we go. Done. Maintenance complete for another 10 hours. Come on, get on there. Okay, this one I won't even lock on. Seems to be the problem with this one. All right, looks like we got another problem. I'm not sure if the problem is the grease zerks that Kioti uses in their tractors, or if it's user error like myself, or what the issue is. I bought all the tools that I've seen online to help me with this, but I still struggle. And I don't know if it's me or if it's a product quality issue with Kioti. Tighten it on. That went on okay. That's locked on. Okay, that does it. Now let's see. There we go. Easy peasy. Not easy peasy, but nothing's ever easy peasy around here, to be honest with you. It does take some effort, some patience. Patience sometimes is something I don't have, but all the penetrating oil is coming out. Now, Tractors aren't supposed to be clean, right? They're supposed to look like they're used, well maintained. Showing grease is a sign of maintenance. That's what I think anyway. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think a tractor should look like. Should it be clean? Should it look like it's being used? Should it look like it's being maintained and used? Or should it look like it's being abused? We don't abuse things. We use them, we maintain them, we keep them in working order so that when we're gone, our kids and grandkids can continue to use a tractor like this, because these will last forever if you take care of them. So there you have it, folks. A little bit of Sunday afternoon maintenance, 191 hours on the tractor. Every 10 hours, you got to keep her greased or she's going to stop working. We are prepared for a large storm, large nor'easter heading our way, anywhere between 30 and 50 centimeters. So that's for the American folk. That is 1 foot to about 1 foot 8 inches, 10 inches, 8 inches. 1 foot 8 inches, 50 centimeters. So thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing down below, hitting that like button and ringing that bell. And as we say in Cabin Life in Newfoundland, we're not perfect, but we're perfect for each other. Thanks for watching. See you next time.